Hello, everybody. Um, it's a brand new day. Welcome to another video. Let's hope that today will go better than yesterday, because yesterday was just a complete disaster for me. Okay, I'm going to pick up the story. The whole health spiel was actually to get to this point. I decided then to stop taking my statins. So for about 3 or 4 days after that, I struggled a little bit. And the Wednesday night, I struggled to sleep. Sleep did not want to come, and I was awake. Now, my cousin Shamel Vessels is not a morning person. She's an absolute night owl. She comes alive when darkness ascends on the planet. And she then kept me company over WhatsApp. And I was carrying on about the last video of mine that was thrown off YouTube because of yet another copyright claim. That's why if you go and look at that pebble packing and thunderstorm video, it's very short. It wasn't done very well, but I had to redo it because no matter how I tweaked the video to put the proper accreditation for the music that I used in the description box, once YouTube has processed the video, it keeps on throwing it off. You can change things to correct your mistakes. It doesn't work. So I had to delete the video and I had to do the video over. And I don't like to do things twice. So that video I did just as a test to see why my video was thrown off for copyright claim. And I did not know how to copy and paste um, the references that I must give for the music. So I wrote everything down by hand and then punched it in on the phone. Recently, since then, I have figured out how to copy and paste from the sites where the music are into my description box. And so I was carrying on and complaining about the music, and the music, most of the music, and everybody on YouTube agree to that, at least, is really ugly. I don't know why they think that because it's copyright free and royalty free that it must be the ugliest music out there, because they still attach their name to that ugly music that they put out there. So that makes absolutely no sense to me. I think I must just test to see if this little microphone is working. Give me a minute. So we were chatting and chatting, and she went quiet for a little bit. And the next minute, she sent me a sound clip through. She quickly went and sat in front of her piano and recorded a musical clip for me that I can use with my videos. And I thought, gee whiz, how absolutely sweet of her. It was such a surprise. And I just realized how fortunate and blessed I am to have such talented people in my family that's willing to support me and help me, and would quickly, just because it's time out of their day and they must go and sit and fiddle with their phone, and quickly went and recorded something for me that I can use with my videos. My sister as well, Irina in Cape Town. And I just want them to know that I am really, really grateful, and I am really, really so appreciative of what they do for me. And I stand in awe because they make it look so easy. I always say, you're good, and you know you're good when a difficult thing looks effortless. And the both of them, I asked her, I said to her, Shamel, why is it that you never make a mistake? It's like it just falls out of their fingers, and they do it so musically. So I must just always find the right video to match it with, and then you all can enjoy the incredible talent with me when I put um, the music to a video. Then I want to sing my song about Samsung, and then I am going to not say every time and lose my cool when this phone just cuts off. Then if it cuts off in mid-sentence, then you must know what is happening. I must probably need to go and buy myself a vlogging camera. I am not willing to spend that money at this point in time, and I forgot to put the ring light on again. And I'm not willing to spend that amount of money at this point in time. I have done so many business ventures out of desperation in my life to, in an effort to make money so that I can just level my standard of living up a bit. And like I said in that last video, I'm just one of those people that's supposed to go through this life struggling. And people might say to me, "Oh, your faith and everything." I don't think it's got anything to do with that. I honestly and truly, if I look at myself, I can just look at myself and my two biggest sisters' lives, and the difference there is because their lives just go so smoothly and so successful, and my life. Oh, my cat's going to get sick, I think. That no, I don't know what's wrong there. That doesn't look good. I know she's getting sick. And my life just doesn't seem to want to flow, to go smoothly. No matter what I do, it always turns out a huge effort. Something goes wrong and it ends up in a cabal. So I'm not going to buy a camera yet until I have been monetized because I don't know how fast I'm going to get to YouTube's prescriptions for getting monetized, which is 1,000 subscriptions and 4,000 watching hours. And that's the other thing. There is a whole analytical uh, section in YouTube Studio where YouTube creators can go and track their progress. And one of the things that they do show you is how long people actually watch your videos. That's why there's a click through rate because people will click on a video, they will look at it for a bit, and then they lose interest and they will click out and they will go on to the next video. And they see how long you can keep the audience's attention past 30 seconds. That is a very short attention span. Past 30 seconds in your videos before they click out and go to another video. So it is very, very difficult to actually accumulate that 4,000 watch hours. And the shorts doesn't count towards the 4,000 watch hours. And if you look at the average of what the people actually look at my videos, I should actually make my videos 15 minutes long. I'm actually wasting my time making my videos this long. But what happens when, say, I do manage to monetize within a year, is that they monetize all your old videos as well. And the suggestion on YouTube is that you must have videos longer than 30 seconds when they start to put the adverts in, so that there can be oh, my dogs are going on, so that there can be an advert in the beginning, in the middle, and the end, maybe. where it becomes very difficult. I'm just going to stop till they pipe down. There we are. Which becomes then very difficult if it's a short video. But like I said, very few people actually watch past 30 seconds. What YouTube actually looks at a successful watch rate is if you can get past 50%. If they can go past the halfway mark on your video, then they will say that that's a good video because you actually grab the attention of the people. YouTube has become a whole science. It's not just about making a video and putting it on YouTube anymore. And in the last video, okay, before I sing my Samsung song, I will finish what I have to say on YouTube. In my last video, which I shouldn't have posted because everything went wrong, that very expensive little mic actually made a irritating buzz sound throughout. They've given me this little one, which actually works much better. I think this little mic is a lot cheaper than the other one, and working better. But let me not now sidetrack on the mic. I will keep that also for after I did the YouTube thing. So I was cut off in the middle when I was talking about the thumbnails, where you go onto YouTube, and then it seems like YouTube, the suggestion they want is that you must have a theme. You must have, like, you're either a food vlogger or you're a travel vlogger. Those two vlogs actually do very good. I came across a guy that did that his blog is only on coffee, the different fresh coffee roasted beans that you get, and the instant coffees and the different machines to uh, um, grind the coffee beans. That's his whole YouTube video. Very, very, very popular. Then the videos are on perfumes, where they grade the different perfumes. The perfumes don't get sponsored, so you must actually have quite a bit of money to invest if you want to go into the more expensive brands, which basically is the perfumes that the people want to hear about. The pop singers like Britney Spears and Celine Dion, their perfumes. Here in South Africa, for those brand perfumes, you can pay anything between 3,500 to 6,000 rand for a tiny little bottle of perfume. So that's not really something that I can go into. Now, what do I know in any case about all the different undernotes and tones and what's a good mix or whatever? But there's those YouTube channels, and then there's the vloggers like I actually want to be, the lifestyle bloggers, and they actually do very, very well. But it takes a little bit of time to build up your audience, and where people actually get to know you or want to be in your presence or want to hear what you have to say or want to see what you are doing with your life. Now, unfortunately, with me, with all my hang-ups and my health issues, and also being alone in a very crime-ridden, unsafe country, where it is not safe for me as a woman alone to go out at night or even to go out to remote places or beaches during the daytime, vlogging becomes problematic, really. It's really going to take all my creativity, and I'm still trying to find. I've only been doing videos for 6 weeks, and those beginning videos, I really knew nothing. Not that I know much more at this point in time, but at least I now have a ring light. I realized that I had to go and get some assistance with the audio quality, because now that I'm vlogging in my lounge where there's a carpet and thick curtains and furniture, it sucks up a lot of the audio quality. In comparison, if I sit in the dining room, which has a tile floor, or in the spare room, which's got a tile floor. So I am learning. The editing, I can also now do little extra things that I wasn't capable or able to do or knew how to do. I bought that video editing program for a year. Um, I need to actually buy the thumbnail uh, subscription for the thumbnail for a year as well, because at this point in time I can only use the very basic features which are available to me. And so it is a bit of a learning curve, but I don't want to become a tutorial video channel. There is absolutely enough of those, because what the channels, and there's a lot of the channels, and they do very, very well, because people like me that come in that knows absolutely nothing, you go to those channels to learn. That's the channels that teach you how to vlog on YouTube. Then you go to those channels and they will talk about, which is absolute nonsense because it doesn't work. It depends on how YouTube actually pushes your videos and what type of videos you make to get the people to come and watch your videos. But there is lots of videos on how to get your 1,000 subscribers and how to get your 4,000 views very quickly within a month or two. Then there is a ton of videos and video channels on thumbnails, how to do thumbnails. So all the thumbnails follow the same pattern, starts to look the same. Because according to them, if your thumbnail doesn't look like that, then you lose people's interest to click on your video to start watching it. Then there's the algorithms. Now, I analog, and the word analog that got stuck in my mind is because if you do vegan food and you do fake meat, faux meat, that's called meat analogs. So that's where the word analog got stuck in my mind. But the algorithms go with certain keywords in the title that you choose. So I often will go and I will change the title of my video if I see that my video is not doing well, because it doesn't have a keyword that YouTube will then sort of push to a certain audience group. Um, and now my type of vlogging, for instance, what am I going to call this video now? That's very difficult for me. What title am I going to give this video which will make it not clickbait, which will make it appropriate for to know what is going on in this video? And then they also say that the titles mustn't be too long. So, like I said, what am I going to call this video? Because I just blabber along. Which reminds me of the the Meghan Markle channel. She's also now doing this podcast for, is it for Spotify? And apparently, podcast is that you interview people, and then she interviews these people, but she's not really interested in the people that she's interviewing. She's more interested in herself. So then they will tell a story, and then she will always have a better story to tell of her own personal experience to top their story. And so the people that criticize, the channels that criticize Meghan Markle and there's hawk activity here and with the little guinea fowls, it's quite stressful for me. And the channels that criticize the Meghan Markle channels they harp now on that fact. And I thought, oh, they must not come over to my channel, because that's actually all that I'm doing basically, is I'm telling stories about all sorts of things, what happened in my life, what happened in my past. Fortunately, I'm 57 in for this part of of YouTube. It's a plus to be 57. The only plus I think there is. I am 57. I made a ton of mistakes in my life, which hopefully I have learned from, which is one of the reasons that I have been single and absolutely alone for a considerable amount of time, and actually think that I would like to keep it that way. But I have a lot. I have a lot to tell. I have a lot of things that happened in my life that has left me with some permanent scars emotionally and physically. And I can maybe be of assistance to somebody out there in the cloud. And and maybe be of some help, or that they don't feel that they're completely alone, um, if they had to deal with similar circumstances in their life. And I didn't always deal with everything the right way. I think I made many mistakes. I think a lot of the stuff I've also brought onto myself. But I do have a lot of stories to tell, and but how long I'm going to be able to do that, and how much of that actually really grabs the people's attention, because I don't have a body that I can offer up anymore. I'm a 57-year-old body with old skin is not something nice to look at on YouTube. So I don't have that. I'm not successful yet, and even if I do get monetized, I think I will basically just use the money to not let my animals suffer, because we are getting another fuel petrol increase now very shortly, and the electricity, the power supply in South Africa is absolutely on its knees at the moment. We are having so many load shedding power cuts at this point in time, and that in itself messes a lot of the electronic equipment up, because when the power comes back, it's power surges. So your electrical gate, the batteries, the stuff that works on batteries, the batteries is all mucked up, and so they keep on increasing the electricity prices as well. And I'm really struggling to provide my animals with what they are used to. Hence, this journey to try and get a YouTube channel on the go, because I don't know what else there is for me to do to generate some extra income because of my health issues. It fluctuates too much for me to. I can go to work the times that I did try to, after I have been boarded, after I uh, had to leave teaching. There are many times that I actually applied for a job and tried to sustain it, and it goes well for a month, and then within that month my energy levels depletes. It's like a bottle that was full and there's a little hole in it, and the the energy is running out there in that little bottom hole, but the lid is closed on top, and there's nothing that actually pours more energy in and replenish that energy for me. So in the end, after a few weeks, I am exhausted. I cannot get out of bed. I cannot really get through a day. And then what happens? Your patience diminishes in leaps and bounds. Then you cannot handle any stressors. And conflict then becomes a problem. Not that I am in the best with uh, people relations in any case. I'm not good with conflict and handling conflict with people. I don't handle conflict or criticism actually very well, to be quite honest. Which this is actually not a good place for me to venture in, because the people can be brutal in the comments. I keep on saying the people's not commenting, the people's not commenting. I should actually just keep my mouth shut and leave my comment section empty like it is. Because for my personality, I think it's the best. But I do think that YouTube looks at the interaction, the amount of interaction that goes on between you and your viewers, and the viewers and the video that they actually watched. And but I know that the people can be brutal in the comment section. So pardon me. That is now the suggestion of YouTube. And then they prescribe, when you go and look at these tutorial videos, it's just, for instance, this one girlie, she's very good. She's got a lot of subscribers on YouTube, on how to do YouTube videos. And one of her most recent vlogs, she said things that you must completely and totally avoid when you do YouTube videos in 2023 that was in 2022. How can something be now in and fashionable when you make a video vlogging? And now, where everybody did these intros in the video where they make like a little video clip and then the actual content of the video started, that's now something of the past. You should not do that in 2023 video vlogging. It almost reminds me of the Kardashians, where the the big bum and being voluptuous was in. And apparently now Kim Kardashian is on a diet, has lost a ton of weight, and carrying the extra weight and having a big bum is now going out of fashion. So it reminds me a little bit about that. But I do think that the people that make the tutorial videos can actually run out of content. Also, depending on what your tutorial video is about. I think that the doctors obviously has material for a lifetime. But I do think if you vlogging your life and you have your audience, that they actually come in like friends that drop in to have coffee with you, or that drop in to come and have a visit, that they're there to see what you're going to do today, for instance. And then you actually will never run out of content because the people come to see what you do in your normal day life. And so that's my opinion about YouTube and all the different vlogs that you find on YouTube. And where I find myself at this point in time, and I made a joke about the comments, but I would actually like to be more in conversation with other people. I would like to, in the end, once they're subscribers and they do comment and I get to know my subscribers, I just look whether the green light is still on. I would like to get to a stage where maybe I can do videos where I do a Zoom call, where the screen is split in half and I have a conversation with one of my subscribers, one of my viewers, and then that becomes a vlog. I don't quite understand why podcasts or conversations that we have with other people must always be with a celebrity or a well-known pop singer or whatever, because most people are really interesting people, and most people have a story to tell, and most people have opinions on different matters in life, and that can be a good conversation with a stranger or with a subscriber. I think that, and then they not just sort of anonymous, nameless, unless they want to be like my sister, my older sister, that would like to be anonymous, and she wouldn't want her face ever to be shown on YouTube, I think. But there are people that would like to actually converse and have more interaction, that's got the type of personality that will chat with you in like a podcast type of a vlog. That's actually something that I would like to do. To give the viewers or the commentators also an opportunity to say something. It's like a radio show. When we go to work in the mornings and we listen to the radio shows, the phone in radio shows, where people can phone in and then they joke and they laugh on a specific topic, or the games that they play on the radio stations to entertain the people when they're sitting in the traffic, stuck in the traffic on their way to work, or in the afternoons from work back home. Something like that, which is not just me sitting here talking about me all the time. Yeah, that's actually what I would like to do. Whether I will ever get there is another question. Then I want to read this comment of this one new subscriber, because I would like to keep track of all my subscribers, but you can only go and look at the latest subscribers. You don't really know who subscribes in, especially when the subscribers want to keep their subscriptions private. I try to look on my phone. I can't find on my phone in the YouTube studio where I can actually go and look at my subscribers. Now and again, I will get a notification that somebody has subscribed, and then I subscribe back, or I take a photograph, because for some crazy reason, that's now one of those stupid things in my personality. I now would like to keep track of my subscribers. I don't know how I'm going to do it, if maybe one day there is a lot, but at this point in time, I would like to. And she subscribed. Her name is Samantha Iglesias. And I went onto her channel, and this was what she wrote in the description box. And it was very profound, because that is exactly what is happening on YouTube. Everybody's channels are starting to look exactly the same.
YouTube has basically become a giant game of copy what worked over and over, because creators fear that anything new might flop and not bring in the views of the tried and tested ideas, which is totally fair. But as a result of this repetition, creators' enjoyment can fade, and the content they produce then never really improves, and this causes stagnation.
Because people are so desperate to get monetized and get the 1,000 subscribers and get the 4,000 hours, that they will go and look at the other channels, and we are sent to go and look at other channels that's successful. Then they will go and look at other channels that's really very successful, and then they will start a channel on that. What I also found strange? Channels that really, really do very well is the channels that use meditation music. Now, there's a huge section of meditation music that's copyright free and royalty free, that people can use the whole clip. And those meditation channels are successful. They've got subscribers in the millions, which to me is a little bit mind-boggling. And then the other thing, a little bit of gossip. What do they call it? Tea. Apparently, if you pull other people apart on YouTube, or you've got something not so nice to say, then it's tea. You are pouring tea or whatever. Okay, so this is Sunnet tea, just a little bit of tea. So very early in the morning, I drink tea. I'm trying to stay away from coffee because of the heart palpitations at the moment. And do I miss my coffee? Oh, I am such a coffee pot. And tea is just not the same. It just doesn't give you that morning aroma feeling of getting up. Any case, and there's this channel, that they've got these dolls. That's also back to Meghan Markle. This video of mine is actually more about Meghan Markle than the actual Meghan Markle video was. I've said more in this video about Meghan Markle than in my actual Meghan Markle video. They're all segments when they brought out Archie for that very short video clip, where the media could come and take videos and see Archie for the first time. And the media was also so far away that we didn't really see what Archie looks like. But everybody thought that it was a Darren doll. Pardon me. Which are these dolls that looks just like real babies. And they really do look just like real babies. They make it really, really, very lifelike. These channels on YouTube video dedicated just to those dolls, where the people buy those dolls and then they will treat those dolls if those dolls are real babies. So then they will vlog it as if they had this baby, this doll. They vlog this. This is the doll is now their baby. They will vlog like where they get up in the morning and they will go into the baby room. And then they will, for instance, say, oh, she's not awake yet. And then they will pick her up, like they will pick up a baby and they will shush her here on the shoulder and whatever. And then they will get a babysitter for the doll when they want to go somewhere. Or they take this doll to the shop with them in a car seat in the car. Then they will put them in this baby seat in the trolleys that you get in the shopping center, and they will walk around with this doll, talking to it as if it's a real baby, and shopping for baby clothes. And I thought that was mind-boggling to me. You know, I sometimes think I've got mental issues, but when I look at that, I sometimes think that my mental issues are minute in comparison to some other people. Maybe I shouldn't laugh. But those channels has got like 300,000 plus subscribers and people watching it every day. Those videos drop, and within about 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, they've got thousands and thousands and thousands of views. Maybe I must order myself a doll and pretend that I'm this granny and I'm looking after this. My grandchild was orphaned. Maybe I must change my spare room into a baby room. Maybe I must do that. In any case, and Samantha Iglesias left this description. All videos have got a description where you can say in short what your channel is all about, for people if they click on your channel to decide whether they want to describe or not. And that's the other problem with my videos. Now I give it a name, and if people aren't interested in that title that I've given the video, they won't click on my videos. But I talk a lot of nonsense about a lot of stuff on a video. I've got a problem to keep to one topic, as you all know. I just do not keep to a topic. Sometimes I can't even keep to a sentence. I start to talk about my Samsung phone. I haven't said a single word about my Samsung phone yet. I will, well, in the end, because I want to bury this thing that I have with this phone that just cuts off in mid-sentence, and I must hurry up, otherwise I'm going to reach that stage. So I just want to read what she had to say about YouTube, and I cannot agree with her more. She said in her description, this platform, she's not talking about YouTube, is no longer about people creating original content to be shared with the community. Sadly, the degradation did not stop with the censorship. No, now what we have is A1 generating content and using the human creators' videos as the data set. Then there's nothing but ridiculous comment bots praising the ripped off BS. I'm sick of being used as a human discriminator in this nefarious adversarial network. Bring back the humans. And then I thought the last two sentences of this description was profound. It sums up really everything that YouTube has become. The you in YouTube used to be something people related to. Now it's all about the bots and cheap shots. A perfect description of if you think of becoming a YouTube creator, or you are trying to enter the YouTube market, as I am at the moment, that there's 110 other factors that must now be taken into consideration, which makes that 1 year journey where you must get your 1,000 subscribers and your 4,000 watch hours so difficult. It's the same with they say that the TikTok and the YouTube Shorts has actually shortened people's attention spans. That people don't really want to watch the long content anymore. So I wonder really how many people actually get to the end of. Um, I'm talking about myself, where I will often click out of a video if it's too long-winded, and I'm long-winded, so I must actually learn from that, because I am long-winded, because I get bored. I click out of a video to go to another video. Sometimes it's just because it's not a video, a content creator I go to often, and then the the person might irritate me, or the voice might work on me a little bit, or there's a lot of repetition. I click out of a lot of tutorial videos because I think it's it's too much the same. So once you've watched one or two, it's boring. If the third person or the fourth person doesn't come with a completely different angle and a completely different viewpoint, then I will click out. And then of course there's these people that just irritates a person, and then I will click out as well. So that's why I actually waste my time to make a video so long. I should actually keep it a little bit shorter. Okay, now back to Samsung, because it's probably going to cut out now. And I don't always want to sing the song because I'm actually making myself sick with it, about the videos and the time, and that Samsung just cut the video off. I said to somebody, and I actually did go and Google about why the videos have got time restriction on how much time you can actually video on your phone and why it cuts off. I did go and Google it. Sorry, my coccyx is still getting a little bit sore. And so this one woman had a lot to say about this. This is a Samsung S21G5, and she had a lot of stuff to say about the phone. Other stuff, she said she didn't buy the phone for the people are praising the camera, and she didn't buy the phone for the camera. She had a few other issues. I didn't really read the long song and dance because my issue is with the camera. I bought the Samsung for the high quality camera that it has. So what is the use of having this fantastic camera on this phone if they limit you for how long you can actually video at a time? And if you're in selfie mode, your video time is less than if you use the back camera. And once you have reached your limit, I'm now at 40 minutes 47 seconds. What yesterday happened, I could make a nice length video, but then I ran into all the trouble, and there was no sound to the video, so that video meant nothing. So I had to reshoot, and when I was fed up, like you would see, I got 57 seconds. My phone, they say that the camera cuts out. Pardon me, I try not to clear my throat all the time, but then that happens. They say that the camera cuts out to protect your phone from overheating, which is all good and well. But now it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I've now made an hour video. I switch my phone off if my phone doesn't decide that it must cut off to prevent it from overheating. Now I wait 2 hours. My phone is ice cold. By 10 o'clock, I switch my phone on. In selfie mode, it would not allow me now to make another video. I now get 20 minutes. My first video is the longest. My second video I can video is now only 20 minutes. My third video, after that 20 minutes is finished, is now 7 minutes. Then you get 3 minutes, then you get a minute, then you get like 30 seconds. And I find it absolutely ridiculous because in between my phone has cooled down. My phone, when my phone cuts off, it's not really hot. I can feel it. But an hour or an hour and a half or 2 hours should be sufficient for my phone to cool down. Now I said, if I go on holiday and I want to vlog on my phone or I want to take memories, videos as memories, then I can only take an hour. And we all know what an overseas holiday is like. Now I can only video for an hour and a half on my phone that day because it won't allow me to video anything else longer than that. And I think that for Samsung, that is shameful. I really think that that is absolutely shameful. Now I must video on low resolution and I must do all sorts of tweaking in the settings to actually get just a little bit longer time. My longer time now is maybe 50 minutes. Then my phone's going to cut off. My next time will be 23 minutes or 25 minutes and my phone will cut off. So I don't want to carry on every time that my phone off. It is extremely annoying for me and extremely frustrating because this is an expensive phone. I'm paying hard off on this phone a month to have this problem with the camera, which they don't tell you when they sell you this phone. And I do not think that Huawei has got the same problem. Huawei is now not Google compatible anymore. So I didn't go for a Huawei, but I was so happy with my Huawei. I did not have these issues with my Huawei. So this is not something that they tell you when you make the choice for a Samsung phone or if they sell you a Samsung phone. And I think that this should actually be pointed out. And I think Samsung should do something about that because I think it is ridiculous. I really think it's ridiculous. So that's my song about the Samsung phone. So every time now, from now on that my phone cuts out, I'm not going to carry on about, oh, my phone is cutting out mid-sentence. You will know why. But I can only vlog so much in a day because this phone doesn't allow you to actually work longer um, with this camera. So on this note, before it's going to cut out, because it's 44 minutes and 26 seconds, I'm going to end off this video and I'm going to say, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And at some point in time, I think I must start asking for people to please subscribe because without your subscription, I'm not going to make it within in a year. I'm now 1 month, 2 weeks. And whatever I don't make in that year, what I did have, if I do not make it, I'm going to lose. And I'm not putting these vlogs out every day because of any other reason that I must keep the momentum in the beginning going. I need to have the momentum going. Once it's monetized, then I can do 1 or 2 vlogs a week because I'm not running a race against time. At this point in time, I am running a race against time. So I want to thank you for being with me, staying with me if you made it this far, and coming back for some content or some time spent with me, because for a long time I had no people coming back to my. That's also something that the analytics section in YouTube Studio shows you. I had 0 people coming back to come and watch me again or to come and spend time with me again. Now I think there's 10. I've got 10 people that actually comes back, and then of course it's also heartbreaking when somebody subscribed and you've got 76 subscribers and tomorrow you look and you've got 74 and some people have unsubscribed. Oh, it's bad for my confidence. I take it so personally and I shouldn't. So I'm trying to end off the video. Can't even do that properly. I'm so long-winded. So thanks for being with me, and I really and truly hope that I will see you again in another video another time. And even if you don't enjoy me that much, just stick with me just for a little bit longer, please, because I actually really do need you. And subscription's free. Subscription is absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a cent, but you are going to help me in the long run. So keep well and look after yourself.